Hey guys, I'm back for another video, and welcome to Hypixel SkyBlock. And today, I'm here for a unique video. It's kind of a rant, but not really. Anyways, I'm gonna make the case today that the worst item in the game is the God Potion. So, you get the God Potion by going to the community center, and in the shop over here, consuming this potion gives the player 24 hours of all positive potion effects. Most of us know this. And then you right click, and then you go into active effects, and you'll see 24 hours of every positive potion effect in the game. I mean, geez, it only costs 2,000 bits, which is like less than 1,000,000 coins. Actually, I'm gonna make a bet that it's less than 500k right now. Yeah, they're 400,000 each right now. So yeah, this is so incredibly helpful. In my experience, a God Potion lasts about a week of grinding, and it optimizes pretty much everything that you're doing in the game. Considering the title of the video, you're probably wondering why I'm calling it the worst item in the game. So without further ado, let's go. So one consequence of such a powerful item being added to the game is that God Splashes are no more. Guild Splashes would basically be, well, everybody in guild chat would be sent an invite, they'd be warped into a lobby, and then some sweat that brewed all the tier 8 potions, which is very expensive, by the way, with enchanted redstone blocks, enchanted glowstone blocks. They would make every single potion, well, maybe not every single potion, but most of the potions in the game, and splash it on everybody. That was a big deal, you know. It was a big driver of the economy. There were a lot of people buying and selling, you know, redstone and glowstone, as well as the other materials for potions. And people would, you know, that'd be their way of making money, is brewing potions for their guild, and there were taxes on it and stuff like that. But after the God Potion was added to the game, it stopped all of this. The economy of potions basically just vanished overnight. It made guilds weaker. It means less interactions with other players. Again, the price dropping for a bunch of these items because, again, the demand just got destroyed. The second thing that God Potions did was completely ruin the Jerry event, the Jerry Island. That whole economy of skill XP boost potions got just completely destroyed. I would show you what the island looks like right now, but the event's not active. But anyway, one of the main reasons to do a Jerry festival and open gifts and all of that was to get skill XP boost potions, which of course, you know, if you were to upgrade it with a lamp, then you'd be able to max out how much XP you get, whether it be for combat, mining, enchanting, whatever. But once God Potions were added to the game, that economy got completely destroyed. So now, when you open white gifts and you're trying to get, you know, some money out of it, skill XP boost potions literally sell for spit. They are nothing. They might as well not even exist. So another economy that was just completely removed from the game, basically. Now the only reason to do Jerry festivals is to get snow minions, basically. I mean, the cosmetics are worthless, bottles of Jura are worthless, skill XP boost potions are worthless. There's just no reason to even bother except for snow minions. One thing that is probably the most obvious thing about a God Potion is that the combat advantage that you get from having critical 4, regeneration 8, strength 8, and there's a massive speed boost as well, absorption. This is a problem because if you're in, say, the early game, even if 400,000 coins is a lot, it's not like you're going to be playing 24 straight hours of Skyblock anytime soon. So all it takes is maybe attending one Jerry festival and selling the gifts. Again, only because of snow minions. If snow minions are made worthless, then that whole update's going to be pointless. But attending one Jerry festival for less than an hour, immediately selling the gifts on Bazaar, you can afford to buy a God Potion. And then once you get that God Potion, suddenly you're at 400% speed without any armor. And you're able to one-tap everything with the weakest weapons. Like, you could take an end sword and then fully enchant it, and now that the new enchanting update's out and, you know, grand bottles are so cheap, you can give it decent enchants, drink a god pot, and then right off the bat, you're able to one-tap zealots. Like, a month of progress in the game is completely skipped because you just cheat your way there. It feels so cheap. Like, that's one of my biggest gripes with the God Potion, is it just completely ruined the end economy. Like, it's not even an accomplishment anymore to take an aspect of the end and be able to be at 400% speed and do this and get... I mean, I know that zealots aren't the best money-making method anymore, but, like, jeez, man, like, it doesn't mean anything to be at 400% speed anymore. It used to be a legit struggle. Like, people would do the math on, like, or I used to do this. I would do the math on sticky notes and be like, all right, if I do this, this, and this, then I can get the perfect amount of speed while still having enough mana to teleport around and get zealots. But because of the God Potion, that is completely gone. I mean, look at this. I'm running around with no armor except for farmer boots. And I'm able to do what people couldn't do in full young dragon armor with, like, rabbit pet... with a rabbit potion to get extra speed, maybe even a rabbit hat. Like, people would fill their inventory with obby for the obsidian chestplate, and then they wouldn't be able to do enough damage because then they're not getting good reforges anymore because they're trying to go all for speed. Like, there was an actual meta to getting high speed and damage in this game, but now you could literally run around with no armor and still be fine. So again, massive amounts of progression just removed from the game. But yeah, this basically cheapens the whole game, removing content from it. For example, right? I mean, like, the Blazing Fortress, and the Blazing Fortress has always been a joke, right? But even the End Island, because of God Potions, is a joke now. You don't even need to spend an hour on the Blazing Fortress Island to even max out what you're doing. And now the end's the same way, especially with the auction house. Now you could just purchase, like, say, a common Enderman pet, get your God Pot, and then instantly you can farm zealots at near max efficiency. It's just, it's not fun, man. What people used to be proud of and spent months to prepare, it just doesn't matter anymore. So another consequence of the God Potion having every skill XP boost effect, if you have a cookie buff active, for example, like, since I'm on Lemon, I might as well. For those of you that don't know what Lemon is, it's my profile where I'm able to take donations from my chat, so I can just boop. But, like, there you go. Now that I have the cookie buff active, I get an additional 20%, where is it? 20% skill XP buff, 15 magic find, and then if you go to the God Potion, of course, you're gonna get all the skill XP boost potions, as well as magic find. So, like, just between the God Potion and the cookie buff, you're at such a massive advantage that you almost get XP twice as fast as someone that didn't partake. And again, if you were to brew your own skill XP boost potions, it would be freaking expensive. Let's go over here, right? 70,000 coins per lamp. And you're telling me that I have to do that every, like, hour? Just for one skill XP boost potion alone, you are saving, like, let's say I wanted... Alright, so let's be extremely conservative here and say that you can get 2 hours out of one maxed out potion. Your alchemy 50, you have a parrot pet, whatever. 2 hours from one skill XP boost potion. So that means 35,000 coins per hour. 35,000 times 24. 840,000 coins, plus the cost of the potion itself to keep yourself topped up on one effect. For 24 hours, it costs 840,000 coins, which is more than double the price of a God Potion, which not only gives you one potion effect for 24 hours, but it gives you all of them. And that's if you're just using a lamp. If you were using an enchanted glowstone block and an enchanted redstone block, it cost even more. Actually, it would cost twice as much. So it costs 1.6 million coins to get 24 hours of, say, I don't know, critical 4. What the hell? Another consequence of the increased magic find is it's just contributing to a lot of items in this game just dropping in value to the point where it's nearly nothing. Take Rev Slayer, for example, right? If I were to look up the Scythe Blade, right? it's less than 2 million per scythe blade. When they first came out, it was like 100 mil. Now I recognize that's not entirely the god potion's fault. The thing is, they're so incredibly common. And ghoul pets, another rare drop you can get from revs. 100,000 coins for a drop that happens like once every maybe 10 hours of gameplay. And that's if you get a, let's say you got, I don't know, a legendary one. Not even 1 million coins. They used to sell for 8 mil. I remember, because they were rare. No one had them. And just the increased magic find from always having magic find 4, like guaranteed, plus again cookie buff. I feel like this is a problem of both cookie buff and god potion, but it's mostly the god potion's fault. So it's making a lot of items way more common than they should be. Oh, and another thing that the god potion did, it completely wrecked the parrot pet. Parrot went from being one of the best pets in the game, worth almost nothing. I mean, look at this guy. He's worth 3 mil. And like, who's gonna buy a parrot? Like, nobody. Why would you bother wasting your money on a parrot pet, right? Even a level 100 is like, let's see, hold on. A level 95 parrot pet for 3 mil. 3 mil! They used to sell for 5 times that, because back in the day, parrots would increase potion duration, which used to mean a lot. But god potions don't care whether or not you have a parrot pet. So it's just 24 hours no matter what. So parrot pet just got completely wrecked in price yet again. Just like a lot of these other items. My first thought with fixing this problem would be increasing the price of god potions and or decreasing the duration. People need to spend way more coins to experience these kind of ridiculous benefits. Like, for example, right? Just one skill XP boost potion effect for 24 hours would cost almost 900,000 coins. One potion effect that's not a skill XP boost for 2 hours, for example, critical, 1.6 million coins just in modifiers alone to get 24 hours of that buff. Why the hell can you get all the potion effects for 400k? It makes absolutely no sense. So my first thought would be to up the freaking price. Like, a god potion should be like 10 mil. Like, I'm not even kidding, dude. I mean, that's how much it would cost to actually get 24 hours of these potion effects. And this, the reason why this game is getting so freaking boring is because of a concept that I would like to call power creep. A later update to this game, the community center update, just cheapened like the entire early and mid game. I mean, the mid game was already slim to begin with, but this just instantaneously, just like, again, there's no reason to be afraid to go on the end island. Like, there's no stakes. If you die, whatever, I'll just go back down there. You don't even lose your potion effects anymore. There's absolutely nothing to be afraid of. Maybe a better solution, though, instead of making god potions like 10 million and just completely 360 comboing that, maybe there should also be an alchemy requirement. Now, I know an alchemy requirement's kind of like, I don't know, one of the weakest things you could do to mitigate this, because I mean, getting alchemy XP at the moment is just as simple as putting down 10 stacks of brewing stands and then putting cane in it. But like, I don't know, maybe having, similar to the enchantment update, make it so that you need to be like a certain alchemy level to experience a certain potion effect. Or maybe alchemy needs an overhaul similar to enchanting. Maybe add a little mini game, make it so you can get rare ingredients. Maybe the god potion should be split into a category. So maybe there'd be the god skill XP boost potion, which gives you 4 hours, no, base 2 hours of every skill XP boost, and then with redstone and glowstone gets it to 4 hours. And that would be a super rare equivalent to like a tier 7 book drop or something. Maybe a tier 6 book drop, right? And then like, you just get it. You just get that in your potion brewing mini game, and then you get to either resell it in the AH or you get to use it on yourself. But in no universe should you have a potion that lasts for 24 hours. I think 4 should be the maximum. 4 hours is a lot of freaking gameplay, and again, for 400k, it's honestly a joke, dude. Adding an alchemy requirement to certain potion effects would be, you know, a little step in the right direction. But I think it would be better if the God Potion was just completely removed and replaced with God modifiers that you can add to potions. And again, they are super rare, similar to tier 6 books in the enchanting minigame. Maybe they'd only be worth like a mil, maybe 1 to 3 mil or something, but it only gives you a certain type of boost. There'd be a combat god modifier, there'd be a XP god modifier, and they're a lot more rare than God potions are right now. It's just, I'm sick of it. You know, this game that I've grown to love over the first year of playing it, I've been just hating it, man. Like, what the hell is the point? What was the point of like the 8 months I spent playing this game if someone could get there in 2 weeks? Like, that's literally what's happening, dude, with these God potions. Just to talk about power creep in general, man, I think Hypixel is shooting themselves in the foot here, making old content literally useless by making this new content. Now, there's ways to not ruin the rest of the game with an update, as they showed with the mining update. It didn't step on anybody's toes. It didn't make anything too overpowered. If anything, it made the skill ceiling, not the skill ceiling, it made the ceiling of how far you can get a lot higher, and it added a lot of mid-game grind, which is good. But like, I think more updates need to come out that mitigate power creep, and the admins need to stop adding such stupidly overpowered items and making them available to any non with 400,000 coins. I think the opposite of this situation would be the Reforge update as well. I was pretty concerned at first leading up to it, but looking back, it added so much content to the game. Like, it gives purpose to, for example, like lower dungeons floors that nobody would play because they don't give enough combat XP, but the Necromancer's Brooch gives them a reason. It's actually an item with value, and it gives you like the best reforge for armor for intelligence. And it's like, hey, and it costs money to apply it, which leads to deflation, which is good. It makes the game more interesting. It gives more varieties of loot when you're playing the game. So the, like, Reforge update did the opposite of power creep. It actually made progression a little bit, well, I don't know about more difficult, but it made it so that it scales up without making the early game too easy. And again, the Dwarven Mines update is the definition of anti-power creep. Mining as a whole was nerfed, and a ton of the items and progression was placed in the early and mid game. And it even created some new markets. Well done, Hypixel, well done. Here's some updates that I think cheapen the game. Obviously, the God Potion, the Community Center update, honestly, I don't have that big a problem with it. It's just the God Potion, man. The cookie buff on its own might cheapen the game a little bit with the whole, like, not losing coins when you die thing, but that's fine. It's not terrible. Cat was annoying, so I don't have a problem with cat flowers. If anything, it makes people spend coins for being impatient, which is good. Like, especially heat cores are like the opposite of power creep. It costs a ton of coins just to get a little bit more efficiency out of minions. Everything here is fine, in my opinion. It's just this freaking God Potion, man. That was the problem. They need to make money, right? But I think all these other items drive enough income for Hypixel. The God Potion just needs to be freaking removed or changed massively. Just the whole system is very, very not good. Also, the enchanting update did cheapen the game a little bit. Now, I know it did, you know, it made enchanting bearable, which is fine, I guess. But it did make tier 6 enchantment books just kind of die in value. But I don't know. The enchanting update wasn't that offensive to me, but it did cheapen the game a little bit. But we could ignore that. Anyway, I think that's it for my ramblings. That's why the God Potion is the worst item in Hypixel SkyBlock. And if you want my honest opinion, if this game is to have any sense of accomplishment in it, if people are to feel like they actually did something, it needs to be removed or massively changed. You should not, again, almost 2 million coins to get 24 hours of one potion effect versus 400,000 for all of them in the entire game. It just doesn't sound right to me. Anyways, I guess that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.